Hello, Namaste, Hare Krishna. So after the earlier talk on homosexuality, some more points came into my mind. I thought I'd like to share it with whoever's interested. So in the material world, we've always been suffering an identity crisis. And that's that we're an eternal soul, a spiritual being, but we're misidentifying ourselves as this physical body. We think, I am a man, I am a woman, I'm black, I'm white, I'm young, I'm old, I'm rich, I'm poor, like that. And this is called false ego, where ego means identity and false ego means false identity. So we're the soul, but we're identifying ourselves as this material body, which I said in the last talk is like a kind of dress. Or you could see it as like a machine. The body is like a machine made of matter, earth and water and fire and different material elements. So we're like the passenger of the car, but we're thinking we're the car. or we think we're our clothes. So those are two good analogies, that the body's like a dress, or also it's like a machine, like a vehicle like that. So this has always been there, that the soul has always been misidentifying itself with the material body. But now it's like another level of identity crisis, that we have this particular body, but we're feeling like we want to have a different body. So we're not sure who we are physically also. So that's another layer again, and this is not a good direction to be going in. More confusion, more ignorance. And let's just look at, why do we have this particular body? It's because of our karma. Because of our activities, karma means activities, in our previous life or lifetimes, because of our different activities, the result is that we've got this particular body. That's why I've got this male body that was born in New Zealand and so forth, and born in a rich family or blah blah blah, is because of our activities in our past lives. And also, very importantly, the consciousness that we had when we died in our previous life, that determines the next body we get. So, like for example, if a man is thinking about a woman when he dies, then there's a very good possibility that that man will take birth as a woman in the next life. Or if a woman's thinking about a man when she dies, then she will take birth as a man. And we've had cases also in the Vedas that a man was thinking about a deer when he died, and so he took birth as a deer. So the consciousness that we have at the time of death is very important. So the fact that I have this body now, whose fault's that? We should take responsibility for it. It's because of our own activities that we did ourselves. So we should take accountability and take responsibility that we have this body due to our past karma, and we should accept it. Now, if you don't accept it, what's the problem? If you don't accept it and you try to, change this male body into a physical one, or the female body into a male one, or whatever you want to muck around with, and dress differently or whatever like that, but you haven't accepted the reactions of your past activities, the karma. So even though you might physically change the body or whatever, but you still have to take those reactions. So what that's doing is, by not just being satisfied with your destiny that you have now according to what you've done in the past. So we're the architect of our own destiny. So if you're not satisfied though with the body you have, which is brought about by your past desires and activities, then the result of that is you have to take birth again. So you'll be forced by the law of karma to take birth again as a man, to take birth again as a woman, like that. So it's locking you into another concept, which is reincarnation. So it's very important to understand these processes of karma, action and reaction. What goes around comes around, and as you sow, so shall you reap. And also reincarnation, that the soul is transmigrating through different bodies according to our desires and according to our activities, our karma, like that. So that's very important to understand. So what we want to try to learn to do in Vedic culture, which is encouraged, is to be satisfied. Satisfied with the body that you have, satisfied with the family that you have, the relationships that you have, with your financial status, with everything. Because like if you're poor, for example, that's the karma, the reaction of your past life, where you might have taken someone's money or misused your money that you had or something like that, or like that. Whatever particular difficulties you're going through is a result of our own misdeeds in our previous lives. So we should take responsibility for that and accept that. And in Vedic culture, people are much more tolerant and much more humble. And they understand that there's no one else to blame for my different difficulties I'm going through. And also, if good things happen to us, that's also done by us in the past. We're getting the good results of some good activities, actions, good karma we've done in the past, like that. But yeah, we should all try to learn to be satisfied with the body we have and not try to fight that and try to be someone different than what we are, because that will cause us to have further reincarnations. And just like to share a little story of just illustrating how people are becoming more and more confused, more and more lost, which is taking us further away from spiritual advancement and getting liberated or freed from the material world. So I went to take the dog for a walk a few days ago up the hill, and I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see so well in the distance. And there looked like some animal, like a horse or a cow, was like lying down at the side of the road, or maybe dead or something. And I was a bit anxious. Maybe something has died, like there on the side of the road. And as I got closer, I realised it wasn't an animal; it was a human being. So it was a man, maybe in his 30s, and is completely naked, just lying there, all curled up in like a fetal position. And I was very concerned, of course, and said, "Hey mate, are you okay? What's going on?" And he said he's not okay, and he's very thirsty and hungry and disorientated and everything. I said, "Well, where did you come from? Did you come down the road or you came up the road? Where's your car?" And he said he didn't know that he'd walked for days through the bush. And so that was very confusing to hear. And then I said, "Well, but why are you naked?" And he said, "Well, I was running from the police, but I didn't do anything illegal," he said. So that's another confusion. What's going on there? So I said, I'll get you some help. He said, "Yes." And he said, "Can I come with you?" I said, "No, not with you being naked. You just stay there and I'll get some help for you." And so I quickly went back home and I rang the emergency services, the ambulance to come. And I sent a neighbour, rang a neighbour and asked him to give them some clothes and some water and stuff, and eventually connected up with the emergency services, and I don't know what's happened to him after that. But it's just showing the sign in modern day society that people are so confused and bewildered and just so miserable, that this should never happen in a normal functioning society. The society's become so dysfunctional, and we're not giving people what they need. Like I said, we need some spiritual nourishment. We need some spiritual nourishment, because otherwise just trying to gratify the body in different ways, like whether he'd been taking drugs or something like that, I don't know, like that. But obviously has come to a very low point in his life like that. And it's unfortunate, but it doesn't have to come. It doesn't have to happen like that. But we need to get educated. And that's a big part of Vedic culture, that every human being from as early as possible in life should be educated about who they are, that they're an eternal soul, and the duties that they have in the particular body. Like if you're a man, you have duties. If you're a woman, you have duties. If you're a husband, if you're a wife, if you're a mother, if you're a father, if you're a child, like that, we all have particular duties. If you're a leader, you have duties like that. So according to what body you have and your work that you're doing, you have different duties. And so everyone, it would be very clear in everyone's mind what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And now in today's society, there's no idea. Just do whatever you like. Do whatever you like. Eat whatever you like. Drink whatever you like. Smoke whatever you like. Have sex with whoever you like. So there's no guidelines. And we think that's freedom. But, is what that guy was experiencing, was that freedom? No, it's called suffering. That's not freedom. That's suffering. So he hasn't have any proper guidance in his life. And he's physically lost, and mentally lost, and spiritually lost. So this is not good outcomes, not good results. But we can change that. And we need to all, first of all, educate ourselves and who we are and what our purpose in life is, and get some direction and guidance like that, and then help to guide others, and then help others. And that's the fundamental purpose of Vedic culture, is that it just wants everyone to be happy. What a beautiful culture. That's the purpose of the culture. It's designed in such a way that people can get out of ignorance, which is the cause of suffering, and become fully enlightened in knowledge, and then become happy. And that should be the goal of all of our lives. But it's not through, just having lots of sex and smoking drugs and that. That's not going to bring us the real happiness. And that's the misdirection of modern society. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, eat, drink and be merry. This is the hedonistic philosophy I was brought up with. But it doesn't work. It never has worked. It's not working now, and it never will work. And that's not the real purpose of this wonderful human life. The real purpose is for spiritual realization. Thank you very much.